you underperform on the exam. Why is that? Well, think about this. Exams are a performance. You wouldn't practice piano by lying on your bed, music blasting in your headphones, and then expect to crush a recital or live performance, would you? But in my 17 years of teaching high school English, I learned this is exactly how most students study, and they're shocked when test day kicks their ass. Because here's what most students miss. Your brain doesn't just remember information, it remembers the conditions it learned it in. So this video is about how you can squeeze the final 5 to 10% out of every test or exam by focusing on these 7 conditions. The first one is output conditions. First, match how you produce your answers on the test or exam. If your test or exam is on paper, your studying needs to be on paper too. Write with a pen or pencil, not a keyboard, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen this. Students run out of time on an exam or a test, not because they didn't know the material, but because their hands weren't trained for 2 hours of constant writing. The second condition is audio condition, and I know this one hurts. If your exam is silent, your studying should be silent too. No music, no lyrics, no podcasts, because music becomes a memory crutch. And on test day, that crutch disappears. And if that silence feels uncomfortable, that's good. You're training that discomfort. It actually exposes another weakness that students never notice. The third thing, time and focus conditions. Exams don't stop every 15 minutes, so neither should your focus. Train yourself to work hard for 60 to 90 minutes straight. No phone checks, no quick breaks, no dopamine resets. This isn't about discipline, it's about endurance. Closers don't just know the material, they can stay locked in when their brain wants to quit. And where you train that focus matters more than you think. Your brain encodes where you learn. So have a quiet space, a desk or a table, an upright posture, minimal clutter, same location whenever possible. Because if you're like most students, studying in your bed trains your brain for sleep, not performance. Make your study area as close to a classroom desk as possible. But even with the perfect setup, there's one condition that makes or breaks exams. Reading notes isn't practice. Answering questions is. Practice with the same question types, the same format, the same difficulty, the same timing. If your exam is writing an essay, practice studying by writing essays. If your exam is about solving problems, find those practice problems. Because recognition won't save you, recall under stress will. This next condition separates the good students, the crammers, from the great students, those closers. You must study under mild pressure. Time to work, no notes, slight discomfort. If your brain has never felt stress while studying, it panics when stress shows up on the exam. Because listen closely, stress isn't your enemy. Untrained stress is. And the 7th condition is kind of a mix. And they sound small, but they're not. Study at the same time of day as your exam. Don't study until 2 a.m. if your exam is at 8:20. Use the same warm-up routine. Make sure you're hydrated or have a snack, and use the same breathing patterns. By doing these things, your brain will love familiarity. Make test day feel like a routine you've gone through dozens of times, because all these conditions aren't about studying smarter, they're about removing friction. Now, you're simply aligning the conditions that you study with at home to what you're going to experience on the exam day. That's how closers think. They don't pray and hope that the exam goes well. They've already been there before, dozens of times before the teacher plops that exam down on their desk. And that is how you squeeze out the final 5 to 10% on any test or exam you're ever going to write. Now that you've made it to the end of this exam study course, firstly, thank you very much. I hope all the information I give you allows you to earn marks you never thought possible before on tests and exams. If you just started with this video, please click on this video right here, which will take you to the first one. If you have made it through all the videos, it would be a huge thank you from me if you could subscribe to the channel, because over the next few years, I'm more videos that are going to help get you into the universities of your dreams. So thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.